Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, our online TV program where we get to have conversations with diverse people and organizations who are impacting lives positively. Yes, this is me, Kemi Akiyode-Adebayo, aka Mama K. Today's program, I have to confess, I don't normally like being on the other side where I am being interviewed. But because it's my birthday, we decided to feature me being interviewed by Gabriella from the Atlantis Alive. And we had Peter, the cameraman, and John behind the scenes. So it was an interesting one and an eye-opener. Previous years I've had various challenges done for my birthday, running here and there. This year I have not had time to do anything, though I'm still planning on doing more. So this is one of the things I'm hoping is a challenge for me, where I'm on the other side and being interviewed by somebody else, about my story. A little bit, just a very, very, very little bit of it. So enjoy.
Welcome to the G Show. Today we have a beautiful lady. Look at her. And she goes by the name of Mama K in the business world. Tell me about Mama K. And what is your real name?
My real name is Kemi Akiyode-Adebayo.
Oh, that's such a beautiful name.
Thank you. And a long one as well.
A long one, yeah.
I'm the executive director and CEO for Bold Moves Africa. An unpaid post, I must say. My name basically is a long one. Kemi means pet me. But the full name is Oluwa Kemi.
Yes.
So what used to happen is people used to call me Kimi, Kaime, Oluwa, and then in the end, some used to say, oh, Mama, and I didn't like that word before.
Mama.
Because I used to feel old with the name.
Exactly.
I used to go, no, I'm not Mama, I'm a young person. But I've embraced the fact that I'm aging gracefully now, and I've embraced that Mama. So I think 2-3 years ago, during COVID, while reflecting, I just said, well, I am Mama K.
Yes.
So that's how Mama K came about.
It actually suits you.
Thank you.
It brings some substance to, the Mama K word brings substance to it.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go back to Kimi as a young little girl. Tell us about Kimi and her dreams when she was a young little girl.
Okay, Kemi is a Nigerian by birth. I actually consider myself to be a global citizen. I'm a Nigerian by birth. I'm a British by marriage. I'm a South African by residency, and a lot of others. Exactly. So Kemi, as a young girl, born in Lagos, Nigeria, which is the western part of Nigeria.
Yes.
Although I'm from a state called Ogun State, which is the western part of Nigeria as well. Schooled in Lagos, went to the primary school, Sunnyfields. Shout out to my Sunnyfields primary school children. Yes. Lagos Anglican girls, then to the University of Lagos. I studied psychology, and growing up in Lagos was awesome, was beautiful for me. And I wanted to see the world. I wanted to see what the world was like, because my father brought me up. I'm the first child, brought me up not like a man, but brought me up feeling that I can do anything that I wanted to do. I started driving at a very young age. I don't even want to declare it publicly because I could get into trouble.
That's past and gone.
That's past and gone. But one thing my father did then was, because I was so desperate to learn how to drive, he said, well, you need to know about the car first.
Yes.
So I needed to know how to change the car, clean the car, change oil, anything related to the car. So he brought me up and my other siblings, knowing that you can do anything you want to be, even though you're a girl.
Yes.
So I was brought up that way.
Well, I must say, Lagos sounds a very interesting place. They call it the place of wisdom and the city that doesn't sleep. What happens down there?
Lagos, yes. Eko Nibaje, as we say in Lagos. That means we cannot spoil Lagos. It's a city that does not sleep.
Yes.
A lot happens there. One thing you don't want to is to get into the traffic.
Okay.
Because traffic is horrendous.
Yes.
In Lagos.
Yes.
It is crazy. If you can drive in Lagos, you can drive anywhere in the world.
What do they drive? Do they drive motorbikes, or what do they drive?
Everything.
Everything.
We drive motorbikes. We drive the tricycle. We drive the bus. We drive the big bus. We drive everything.
I went to Nigeria. Is it where those women and the families sit at the back of those motorbikes? Is that?
There's that one, we call that one Okada. Then we have the Keke Marwa, which is like a tricycle.
Yes.
So then we used to have what we called Molue then, which was a big car as well, where a lot of people sit at the back.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on in Lagos. We don't sleep, in the sense that a lot of activities, you could be on the street. While you're driving, you could buy anything.
Wow.
In the car, in traffic. No, I really mean it.
Really?
You know, whereby you could buy your tomatoes, your onions, your chicken while in traffic.
Yes.
You could buy a TV, you could buy,
Even
and
a
you could pay as well with cash, cards, anything.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Because down here in South Africa, I know, they come to, at the robots, they give you the fruit, but the TV and the card swiping, it's not happening here yet.
No.
It's going to come
No,
here, right?
it's going to
Somebody's
come.
going to come
It's
and
going
introduce
to
it to
come
you.
eventually. But Lagos is such a fun place. We love parties, we love life. We have a lot of problems, a lot of challenges. However, we have a lot going for us.
Yes.
We're known to be happy people, even in the midst of everything, the craziness, the chaos, the chaotic, things happening in there. There's still a sense of order to some extent, but you need to know. You need to be disciplined into that order. You need to have gone through, I'm a born and bred Lagosian. So although now, because I've lived outside the country, when I'm driving myself,
now you see.
they're always pressing the horn on me. Get out of the road, because now I can drive the way they used to drive then. So yeah, but
so
Lagos
you had
is
the
fun.
South African influence now in your system and going over there.
Well, there's a South African influence, there's a British influence, because I've lived in various continents. So sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, no, now I'm in Lagos. I need to put my hat on. Back to my Lagos mode. From the airport, you get down from the airport, you're already like, wow, okay, I'm ready to go.
Yes.
You can't afford to be slow.
Yes.
You can't afford to be slow in Lagos. That's why you see a lot of Nigerians, especially Lagosians,
Yes.
you have to be a little bit aggressive,
Yes.
and you have to be ready to be bold
Yes.
and to go for anything. So, yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
It's fun.
Oh my goodness, what a mouthful there. So much we're learning from Nigeria and Lagos today. You're such a dynamic person and you're a businesswoman. What about your family life? You're married?
I am married to my best friend. We've been married for over 30 years, 31 years this year. And we have two young men, our Prince JJ and our Prince Dami. They live and work in London. And yeah, they were born in Scotland. So in my house, I'm the full Nigerian.
Yes.
My husband is a British.
Yes.
London boy, I called him. Then our two boys, they were born in Aberdeen in Scotland, so they're Scottish. Although they're now totally all mixed up because.
So you have this like.
Yeah, we have that dynamics of three continents or three areas now. So we moved here to South Africa in 2006.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. They were young when we moved here, so they have a little bit of South Africa as well in them. They love coming to South Africa.
Really?
South Africa is home for them.
We have a beautiful place. I know, I must say.
In fact, South Africa is blessed. That's the one word I can use.
So tell us the comparison from South Africa, between South Africa and Lagos or Nigeria. What would there, is there something similar that's going around here, or is it just completely on its own?
Right. Let me start with the not too good ones.
Okay.
I don't want to focus on the negative, but the not too good ones was when we first relocated here.
Yes.
I felt, okay, this is Europe, in Africa. When we came to Cape Town, I'm like, wow, the light works, there's water, the roads are good, everything works.
So you expected something completely like third world country?
Yeah, when we were coming, I thought, well, what I'd seen in other African countries. But when I got here, I was pleasantly surprised that, wow, this is Europe, especially Cape Town.
Yes, yes.
So, but now, after staying here for that long,
you now really
unfortunately, things are going backwards, I think, a little bit. And we need to make sure our leaders here don't end up the way we ended up in Nigeria.
Okay.
We used to have electricity
Yes.
all the time. But it got to a stage where they started, saying there will be load shedding, they will advertise it
It's like
on
we are
TV.
going now with load
Exactly.
shedding. Oh my
So now in
word.
Nigeria, nobody even tells you that there's load shedding happening, but immediately everybody has their own generator, their inverter, their solar power,
Yes.
and everything. Then
Yes,
even
yes.
water. In Nigeria, most people have boreholes. So when I came here, we didn't have that problem. But in the last 5 years as well, again, water problem. So I think there's that similarity, and I'm hoping South Africa won't go that way. But in terms of the similarities, the music, the culture, the food, they're not the same, but the fact that we all love our food. We love meat, we love sports. There's a lot of collaborations happening
Music
with
and
our
energy,
musicians,
yes.
our fashion designers,
yes.
our Nollywood,
Nollywoods and
actors
Bollywoods
actors,
and-
exactly. So there's all that similarities
Yes,
there,
yes.
and a lot of collaborations.
Oh my
happening.
goodness, it's so good chatting to you. We will want to hear more. So for now, we are going to wrap up and then get back to you on the next segment. Welcome back with this wonderful lady, Kemi. Kemi, can I call you that? Or Mama Africa.
Mama
or Mama
K,
K.
Kemi,
Mama
anyone
Nigeria,
that
Mama
counts,
Lagos.
yeah. All of it,
All of it, all of the above.
Kemi. Yes.
Yeah, you've got a MBA in business, right?
Correct.
Tell us about that. Where did you study that?
Well, this was my life in Scotland, Aberdeen. We moved from London to Aberdeen due to my husband's work, and I was working in various capacity. And at one point, I thought, no, I wanted to study more because I'd done my BSc honors in psychology in Nigeria. So I thought, okay, let me do more studying here. So I decided to go for my MBA, which is a master's in business admin, an international one. So I did that at the Robert Gordon University. Shout out to my people at RGU in Aberdeen. And Aberdeen is home for me. I love Aberdeen.
Really?
And, I did that for a year and I enjoyed it. I loved it. And from there, I started up in business, after that.
Wow. Now, you also have another degree, or shall I say another degree, in living with children and
Right.
playing with children.
Yeah.
And that's a
Well-
degree. I call it a degree because that is something natural that you have. But I mean, you got to have a degree to be able to understand the
agree.
kids.
Maybe let me share this. I was born on the 27th of May,
Wow.
which in Nigeria
Yes.
is what we call Children's Day.
Yes.
So I always tell people I was born on Children's Day, so I will
Oh,
forever
word.
have love for children or be a child kind of at heart. So
Yes.
I love children. I love working with children and I love working with young people. So I've worked with young people in Scotland and I've been working with young people and children here in Cape Town, South
Cape
Africa.
Town.
And even in Nigeria through my mom's school.
Wow.
My mom has a school, so I help her run it. It's for low income earners.
What is the school called?
It's called Bomak.
Bomak,
And it's a
yes.
primary. It has a nursery, primary, and a college.
Yes.
And it's been running for over 30 years. She's
Oh,
retired
wow.
now, but I've kind of taken over. She's given me to take over, which is not easy running it from afar. But I love children. So all the children in the school, all that makes me to love children more.
Well, that's kind of bold moves, though. Talking about bold moves, you started Bold Moves Africa, something like that. Tell us more about Bold Moves.
Okay. I actually didn't start it. It was started in 2009
Yes.
as a corporate social responsibility by my husband's company and his partner. So they were doing it then as part of their CSR. So it is a Section 21 company, but with charitable status.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, it's non-profitable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they didn't really do anything with it. And then when when we came here, and then they felt, okay, what can we do, to do this and be doing this in the community? So I took over that. And since then, it's been awesome. We do a lot of work trying to reduce poverty and to promote peace skill development, educating young people, empowering women, enriching
Are they
communities.
part of your objectives? What are you?
Correct.
And your aims and visions that you have for
Yes.
them?
Those are part of our objectives whereby we try to tackle youth unemployment, which we know is very high,
Yes.
here in South Africa. So we use various ways to try and promote.
Sorry. Is
Yes?
this only based for South Africa or?
At the moment, we focus on South Africa, but
Okay.
I'm now looking because there's been a need for it, and people are saying, "What are you doing for your country, Nigeria?"
You
Because
only
I've been
got-
out of Nigeria for so long,
Yes.
apart from my mom's school.
Nigeria,
yeah,
she
I know.
hasn't
So
forgotten about
Nigeria,
you guys.
we're going to have bold moves in Nigeria. We're going to run, but it's just not easy. We're trying to set up, and the whole idea as well about this is whereby we can replicate it if it's working in
Yes.
other parts of Africa. So we use entrepreneurship, we use events, arts and culture to
Yes.
try and promote social cohesion. We try and use it to challenge, racism, xenophobia, things like that. But
Wow.
we use it in a subtle way.
Yes.
So we work with women, anybody that is needy, vulnerable, from people who are homeless to people who have disability. So we work in
It's a
collaboration.
wide spectrum that you
Yes, but we
on.
work in collaboration with
Collaboration
others.
with
And I
others.
think that's the beauty of it. So we work in township,
Yes.
with all this project. And I'm very passionate about the young people because I believe they're the future tomorrow.
Awesome. I also believe it was Ramadan and you guys had like a drive. I don't know if it was you collaborating with another organization and you had a drive. What was that all about?
Right. One of our directors, she lives in Delft, which is a township here in South Africa, in Western Cape.
Yes.
And she's a Muslim, but
Yes.
she believes, in God and with other faiths as well. So she started the Eat Clothing Drive 2-3 years ago under another organization she was involved in then, but she's no longer doing that. So she's now with us. So we are now doing that on the Bold Moves as a project. So what we do is we get donation of clothing from across the Western Cape, and thank you to all our donors who donated generously. We got food as well, meats, vegetables, rice donated by other NPOs like Kathalilana. Shout out to Kathalilana. They donated all these things, and we worked with not just the Muslim women or people, but
Yes.
anybody
Anybody.
that needed clothes. Because
Yes.
during Eid is supposed to be after Ramadan.
Yes.
So we use that opportunity to say, okay, you don't need to buy this gently used clothing,
Yes.
shoes, bags, and everything for other people to use.
So
And that
pre-loved
was
clothing.
pre-loved clothing.
Yes.
Basically.
So what you're saying is this is a continuous thing.
Every year.
And people can still come and send off and you can give it to these
Correct.
organizations.
We still
There you
need
go.
in clothing
Yes.
any time of the year, even though this was Eid, this was an annual thing we did, but we collect clothing all year round.
Yes,
that
yes,
we
yes.
give to people who need it in the township. Whether there's a fire incident, they've lost their home, we give
Yes.
to them, or whether they're homeless, we give to them as well.
Isn't she amazing? Isn't this company amazing? This NPO amazing? We will be going on to our next segment with you, and for now we're saying so long. Ciao for now. You know, as my producer Peter Miller said, there's room for so many things. Yes, she has room for so many things. This is Impact Africa, sharing our stories. Please tell us about this.
Right, Impact Africa. Wow. This is a product of COVID in a way.
Yes.
When we all were in lockdown, we had to do a lot of reflecting and we couldn't go out to the communities, even though we did go because we needed to do a lot of food, distribution
yes.
as well. So Impact Africa at that time, we felt there was a lot of stories, a lot of people doing good works.
Yes.
And nobody heard them, nobody heard their voice. So Impact Africa now came about as a platform to showcase and celebrate people who are impacting lives positively. So be it known people, be it unknown people, we now go round from young people, women, actors, actresses, counselors, principals in the school, yes. Whether they're known or whether they're unknown.
Yeah.
So we were now doing that for them to share their stories.
Yes.
Because we started finding out that a lot of people have a lot of stories and nobody could hear them. So this was a platform now we felt, okay, we will use this platform for people to hear other people who are impacting lives positively. Or they can, you just listening to their story
yes.
might impact your life
yes.
as an individual. So we started doing that. So we've interviewed from CEOs of companies, entrepreneurs, to dancers, unemployed young people, poets, organizations working with albinism, and a lot of various things. Just a way to say there are people out here
yes,
who
yes.
we can get
yes.
to speak about and learn from,
yes.
because they will now share their story. And we just don't focus on South Africa alone.
Awesome.
We focus on other areas. We have people from UK, from US,
so people
from
around
Nigeria,
the globe.
all around the globe.
So
whatever their story is, we help share. So we broadcast on Friday,
yes,
which is a normal series. We focus on South Africa.
You have episodes of it?
Episode series. We're in series 2 now.
Oh, wow.
We've done over 99, I think over 100 episodes already.
Wow.
I can't even believe it
wow.
myself. So, and then on Mondays we do this special series, which
yes.
we focus on other areas, around the world.
Wow.
And we go do road shows as well.
Oh, that's
where
awesome.
We're now invited, to places to come and cover. So we go to the township, we go to events happening, just by invitation now.
So this television show is basically where the future is going, because if you look at the AI, artificial intelligence, and what's coming, and yes, we still need to hear people's stories. Physically we can't reach people so much anymore like we used to because of this pandemic. But I mean, this is a platform and a station where you can reach out and people can sit in their homes and still listen and get inspired. Because who knows, sometimes somebody's so depressed out there and they just need to hear somebody else's story. So where did this come about, Impact Africa? Why did you start with Impact Africa? Because of lockdown or?
More or less lockdown, and people at that time, like what you said, somebody being depressed or anxious. There were a lot of people going through various things, even myself included. I went through various emotions during that time where, frustrated, loss, because, I lost a lot family members, as well at that time. So there were a lot of things, I was going through as an individual, and I could feel and I could relate with other people who were doing that. So sharing that, we had a program on coping with grief, for example.
Oh, wow.
We had a program on mental depression.
Yes.
We had a program where we invited doctors
that
and
was
pastors.
Needed at the time
Exactly.
when this started.
So it was all things related to what could help people out there. So, and as well to celebrate them.
Yes.
So we were celebrating the doctors, the pastors, all those people who were doing all this work at that time. So
Yes.
it was kind of a baby and a product
Yes.
of COVID, because we were all locked down. People were stuck to the TV, the radio. So we felt, okay, how else, can we reach out and meet people in their homes?
Yes. Isn't that amazing? When COVID happened, we were like, oh my goodness. But there's so much that developed out of COVID. People started baking not knowing they have baking skills. People started doing things at home and recording, and I was like, wow, this brought a new dimension,
Correct.
a new creativity out of people, and people started finding their own talent. Instead of other people finding the talent for them, they started getting into doing things themselves. So yes, you are such an amazing woman. You've got so many achievements. Just give us a little bit of those achievements that you've done throughout. We're just going to recap quickly.
I know the African way, we're not supposed to
talk about it,
but I always encourage. No. I want to start with that, but
yes.
I'm saying as well that I'm encouraging people to do that, because it's not you being showing off or anything, but it's hopefully it will allow other people to be
get inspired by what you were doing.
She or he did that. So that's why I said that. No. I won't share a lot, because if I start today,
it's too much.
We'll need a lot.
I've got like a list here. I'm like, where do I start?
I know, right? But I think the ones I'm mostly proud of for me.
Yes.
One of them is when I was asked in Scotland to run to become a counsellor. And I was even given, not just that, I was even given the opportunity to become an MSP. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is not my country of birth.
Yes.
But the fact that they recognized the work I was doing and they said, okay, we like what you're doing and we want to support you. Even though I said no because I don't like politics.
Yes.
And I felt, no, I don't want to be a politician.
Yes.
And they said, you're ready to work in the community, so why don't you do this?
That was such an honor, because
Exactly.
they looked at your quality and that you brought to the table and to the people. And that's
Exactly.
why you were people's person, you see.
Exactly.
And that is why.
And another part of that was
Yes.
I got to meet the Queen.
Oh, my.
I was invited to Buckingham Palace and I got to meet the Queen of England. So for me, this young Kemi from Nigeria,
Yes.
Mama K or whatever, who is doing our own little thing, not waiting for recognition or anything,
Yes.
but somewhere, somehow,
Yes.
I was recognized. So that too, for me,
Yes.
stood out.
We speak the same language. This is the same heart. Look at us. We are looking colorful today. And we want to say thank you very much for being on the show. Back to you, Atlantis Alive.
Thank you. Yes, 27th of May is a special day for this young lady called Kemi Akiyode-Adebayo, aka Mama K. And it's Children's Day apparently in Nigeria as well. So that's why, for me, love of children, love of young people will always be something that I treasure. I hope you've learned a little bit about me, just a little bit from my journey from Lagos, a city, a state that, is so blessed with amazing things. But yes, we have organized chaos there. And yes, we have problems and issues. However, I would rather focus on the positive of what makes me a Lagosian and a Nigerian and a world citizen, basically, traveling around the world and making home wherever I find myself. So, what are you doing to spread love? What are you doing to promote peace? What are you doing to impact lives wherever you are? Because it takes only one person to make changes. And don't say, yes, I don't have the charisma, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. Yes, you might not have any of those things and even more. However, there are little things that we can do as well. We can smile, we can spread love, we can pray, we can support. We can do various things, to just bring hope or give hope to those who don't have. Even in the midst of your challenges, there's still a lot you can do. So my message today is love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. I know I always end up with God is love, and because I believe God is love. So love your neighbor. Thank you to Gabriella and Mr. Peter from Atlantis Alive for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit of my story. And I hope in any way it has inspired you and encouraged you. So till next time, this is Mama K signing off. Remember, God is love. Stay safe, Stay positive. Stay prayerful. Love you all. Bye-bye.